Stop. If your AI videos look flat, it's because you're missing one menu. In Higsfield, I'm going to show you the exact preset stack, Zoom plus, Crow plus Flying Cam, and the Recreate button that generates fresh versions in seconds. Watch to the end so you don't waste credits doing it the hard way.
Of artificial intelligence to the film industry could be limitless. Despite the opportunities, professionals have previously taken industrial action over the use of AI, with fears that the technology could pose a risk to jobs. Our artificial intelligence correspondent Mark Chislak reports.
Okay, so on our last episode, we spoke about just the different types of features that Higsfield has within its platform. Okay. And in this tutorial, we're going to kind of break down exactly what those features ideally look like. This is still going to be a 3-part series about Higsfield overall. But what I want to do is kind of indulge and dive into what do these type of effects look like. What does Higsfield initially theoretically do on the front end and how it kind of systematically works on the back end. Excuse me. My burp is crazy right now. Anyway, so we went over this part yesterday. Well, not yesterday, like on Monday. We went on this part about Monday. So bear in mind now, we just kind of going to take you through these tools over here. Okay. So we're going to be focused on in the navigational bar in this episode. But before I do that, I just wanted to kind of run through you how does, Higsfield work overall. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Okay, so as we scroll down, like I said, I mentioned to you, we got what will you create today, meaning they already have like presets things for you to kind of like navigate instantly instead of having to go down the navigational bar, because it's just convenient for you just to go down and press these tools over here. And I'm talking about this specifically. This bar right over here is just an easy navigational bar. Okay, over here is just promo, like obviously as you can see, Nano Bonano Pro Unlimited for 2 years, we already got that feature, so we are okay with the promo. Thank you very much, Higsfield. They're so, as I mentioned last time, they're so promo fixated, okay? So don't be worried about how these guys kind of operate. So as you can see, it's basically the same thing as what's going on your top scroll through bar, which is, let's go through them one more time just to refresh your memory. So we got create an image, we got create a video, we got motion control, we got edit image, we got Nano Bonano, we got clean video edit, we got upscale, and we got more, right? So if I just go over here, no, we just got a few more, there's not too much to actually worry about. Then we got lip sync, we got soul ID, we got explore all tools. So if you click that, it's going to basically open up everything over here. Now scrolling down, what do we have here? Now we got the editor's choice. Now this is what people are initially using the most for their productive and creative workflows. So I don't want you to be a bit worried about like what are people using, how people are going about their process, what are the best tools, what are the best models. At the end of the day, you are going to find what works for you, but it is important to also realize what's working for others, because there will be multiple tools that get released, but are they actually good? Do they actually have value? Do they actually solve your problem? Do they actually assist your bottlenecks and start closing up those gaps, or do they not? You understand? Because some tools will never be to its full ability possible. So it's up to us to take that initiative and the wisdom we have and the information we have with each tool, and to ideally just understand how these work and just let it assist us and not let these tools kind of like replace our creative process. Always think of these tools to assist your creative process, to complement your creative process, not necessarily to take over your creative process. Okay, so as I mentioned, we got all these, and then we got the mixed media. So this is really cool. This is already like presets that have different types of effects, so you know what I mean. So we're focusing now on this bar right over here all the way to the bottom. So I just want to show you so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you see this bar over here? This is what people ideally use a lot. So you can have like glitch effects, you know, that kind of look like trippy. You can have retro, you know, you can have animation, you can have basically music video type of collage effects. You can have, this is really cool, this effect is so awesome. You can have effects like this. So the sky is the limit, you know. You can have music videos like Bruno Mars's music videos. So this is more meant for the type of effects that you want. So if you go to mix media and you click on any of these, this is what's going to come out. It's just going to show you, and you have all of Kanye. How's this Kanye? Oh, that's from the author. I did not see this. Can I click on this profile from this author? That is actually cool. I had no idea that you could have a profile within Higgsfield. This is new to me. Mid. Okay, let's go back. I'm not too worried about this. I thought that was the actual Kanye. I was like, I've seen all Kanye's videos. I'm such a Kanye fan, so there's no ways Kanye himself will release something, you know, something to this level. He's not about the acid trippy way at all. I don't even think Kanye's been on acid, if that's mistaken, if I'm mistaken. But yeah, you can click on these, you can see the type of colors they have, you can see the quality it's at 1K, the size which is 1920 by 1080. You can see when last it was created, and you can do 3 things with this effect, right? Let me just bring up my pencil. You can, number 1, create the same exact effect. You can download this effect, and you can upscale this effect, okay? So those are your 3 options. Or you could share your effect, which is over here, right over there, okay? So you can see preset, what its name is. It's a video. You can see its feature. You can see its frame rates as well, color grading, quality, as I mentioned. And if you bring down this bar over here, it's just going to show you the rest of the other initial things as well. So do not be worried about this whatsoever. Same thing goes for, let's click on this. I think this is the hardest one out of all of these, is this effect over here. Look at that. That's like a music video type of level right now, if you really think about it. Look how dope that is. So you can see also the author. You can see the rest of the other effects and what I mentioned to you over here. Okay, so easy to use, simultaneously, very fast. Now what you can see here is visual effects, okay? Big budget visual effects, from explosions to surreal transformations. As you can see, Higsfield is really, this is one thing I do appreciate about Higsfield. They're really good and really focused on transitions that will take you hours to really do. It's not just the AI aspect that, hey, we can create videos, we can create images. No, what I do appreciate about Higsfield, they took the time with cinematography. They understand a lot of the techniques that cinematography entails. So they've already gone ahead and created all of these presets for you, like transitions, camera movements, effects, all of these things, right, that bring the whole vision to life. They've kind of like merged these all together for you to kind of have it at a one-click type of level. So as you can see, the zooming, we've all seen this trend blow up massively. Let me use my pen to show you. So this has been the #1 biggest trend so far I've seen on Instagram, is the zoom out earth effect. People absolutely love that effect. And now what's also blowing up is this crow effect on your left side portal. This crow effect, I love it so much, but that doesn't mean I'm going to use it, because the thing is, with creativity, if you're already using what people are using, then you're not going to stand out, because people will be like, oh yeah, I've seen this is clearly AI. I'm more of the professional where I can appreciate what they're doing, but still kind of think about better ways to do things I want to do. You know what I mean? So if we click on here, just for the sake of clicking on it, it's going to take you to the Raven types of transitions, okay? So you can have 3 different options, and you can read the bio. Dark energy flares as glowing crows and fairy eyes surround the object. Channeling Chernobyl intensity, mysterious, powerful, and iconic. If I butchered this word, okay? If I butchered this word, do not come for me. We all have those moments, okay? So you can choose which one you like the best, and you can click that, okay? Same thing goes for, let's see this one. grab a giant. Does this have one or multiple? This has multiple. So especially with clothing brands, you can do this. Look how dope this looks, you know? So you can choose which one works better for you, and you can choose those presets. So they've already gone ahead and made multiple of these different types of presets, which I really do appreciate. Okay, so do not be worried when you go into here and be so overwhelmed with what you see. Pardon me, I have so much acidic energy in my body right now. It's like I want to burp, but I can't burp, you know? Not fart, by the way, you dirty-minded people. Oh my word, I just burped. That's crazy. Anyhow, anyway, let's keep going. So you got the Higsfield apps as well. Basically the same thing, presets. You can choose your different presets. It's really that simple. It's not that complex. You know what I mean? It's really not that complex. Oh, that is so dope. Look at that. I never knew this could do that. You see, they're always updating things, and this is where I need to at least spend hours in this app and just go over all of these type of different effects, you know? So we got angles, obviously we got shots, we got transitions, we got what's next, behind the scenes, we got zoom, skin enhance, AI stylus, relight, outfit swap, okay? So we got about 8 different tools that really help you do your job to the best of its ability possible, okay? So let's go out of here. We're almost done with this video. Let's go all the way down. So we got Higgsfield apps, meaning the different types of effects, presets, transitions, etc. So create ready to share content in one click. From viral effects to polished commercials, no editing needed. That's a very strong promise. I promise you, when people say no editing needed, you're always going to need editing. It doesn't matter what you have, even if AI is here, even if AGI is here. I personally, as a professional, understand that you're always going to still need Adobe software, DaVinci software, and still do your magic, because at the end of the day, it's your brain, it's your creative touch that people need to understand and feel. How is it that your content is going to, number one, first and foremost, what are they feeling when they're watching your content, you know? What emotions do you spark with your content? Is it good, inspirational, motivational, aspiring, admiring, etc.? You need to understand these types of things before you go and create any video, because that's as an artist the fundamental rationale to go about creating artwork, you know? So even if it's just simple ads, like basic ads, still, how are you going to make these ads convert in order to bring your CPA a bit lower, cost per average, or cost per click, or your ROAS, right? So you need to understand all of these fundamentals in order to really make content speak to your audience. Then we got Nano Bonano gallery. This is just an image gallery of different effects you can do with your images. Higgsfield Soul, you can see real life type of like UGC creators. So these are pretty cool. Cling Turbo, type effects you can do with Cling Turbo. And a lot of these things will repeat because they're just trying to show you, like, where is it over here? See, that repeated, and now we got it here. So a lot of these tools can do the same transitions, but some of them might not have the right physics in place or the right smoothness or quality in place. Does that make sense? So just bear in mind with that as well. Then we got camera controls. This is something I can applaud. You know what? Let me open up my Discord and play some soundboards. You know, I really think some soundboards is really going to bring this whole thing to life. So give me 1 second. Okay, we got the soundboard. So mute. Can I use the soundboard? Is this thing crazy? I cannot use the soundboard. I only have to be in a call to use soundboards? Is this thing delusional? Is that the only effect I have? Loom, step up your game. If you really want engaging content, I would say add in a soundboard. Who's all with me? Comment down below if you want soundboard effects, and then I'll try and make it happen on the next tutorial, which will be part 3, which will be dropping on Monday. I don't know what day, I don't know what time, but I know it will be dropping on Monday. So let's go. Okay, so as I was mentioning to you, these are all the camera movements that people love to see. So we got, for example, mouth in, we got eyes in, we got flying cam transition, we got handheld, we got pan right, we got static, we got etc. more. Actually, I really want to emphasize on this. Let's really go through this, right? So these are all on this side over here. Let me just move my thing down. So you see this? If you really want to understand cinematography, try and learn all of these camera movements, because these are actually what a lot of film professionals like Christopher Nolan, Zack Snyder, Michael Bay, all of the greats understand every single one of these transitions, all these camera movements right over here. So invest into them, you know? So understand what icing mean, bullets, aerial pullback, arc left, BTS, buckle up, car crashing, that's obvious, etc. actually mean as a film creator. Because if you don't, that means your videos are going to be very bland, very basic. They're not going to carry any life. They're not going to feel anything. So always try to remember that and resonate with that as much as you can, okay? So study. And if you don't study, all of you guys will be kind of like Kai Cenat, okay? You're all going to be feeling a bit upset about yourselves, and you haven't studied this, and you're going to be wondering, why doesn't my hair look so good? Why is it so people care about me? Why am I getting the views I want? Number one, because you're not posting consistently. Number two, your content sucks. Number three, you have no emotion into your content. Number four, you don't even know how to direct and actually create things yourself. AI might be here and might be accessible, but that doesn't mean you don't understand anything about this art. It's still an art at the end of the day. And if you don't understand the art, you are going to fall behind. So really try and emphasize with this. I've worked with massive brands like Coldplay, Digga D, Cristal, Sony Music, Warner Bros, Strombo, you know, massive brands and public figures, to the point where they trust my work and they believe in it in order to give me a shot. You need to get to that level where you actually feel and care about what you make. And who cares if they're on your case? Who cares if they're barking down your throat? You feel what you need to create, what people feel. I'm serious about that. Because without that, you're just going to be falling behind. Seriously, even if you post like 1,000 times a day, like, you're not going to get anywhere, because then by that point, it is mundane. So always try to bear that in mind as you create content forever, okay? Now, moving on, those are basically the camera controls, as I mentioned. So there's a lot of options for you to kind of like look and see which ones do what. That's cool. I like that. You see? Look at this. These are like high-level movies, camera works, you know? Look at that. That's like The Weeknd. Call out my name. Yes, people. Top choice. Weeknd will always be the top choice. As much as I'm not a Weeknd fan, but I can understand that Abel is a really talented artist. But that doesn't mean I'll listen to his music. His music's very phenomenal. Abel, if you're listening to this, if your team's watching this, still hire me. I'll create some good work, and I can jam to your music as I edit it. But that's just my preference, okay? It's just my preference. Just my preference. Don't shoot the messenger. Whoa. Have some mercy. Okay. Let's keep going on and on. Now we got the viral posts, as I mentioned. These are all of the viral packages what people are doing right now. We got Kanye's Donda, Flame On. Back against, I use my back against the wall. Never count on y'all, never count on y'all. Always count on God. There we go. You see? People get what I'm trying to say. Kanye, Jesus is king, people. Always understand that. We got UGC, and then we got Commercial, and we got Minimax Hulao, then we got C Dance Pro, we got Sora 2 Community, we got 1 2.5, and vice versa. I'm not trying to speed up and like be like, oh, let me just get through this video, even though this video is like 90 minutes long. You get the idea. It's like, it's not rocket science. I can click on any of these. Let's just go to like viral shots, for example. Let's click something that a lot of people would not normally click. Let's go right into it, view all the viral shots, okay? I'm going to be fair to you and show you what I mean, okay? Let's go with the fireworks in France. No, that's London. I can see it's London. Let's click. Right, watch. You think I'm joking? So, as I mentioned to you, you're going to get different types of presets, okay? So what you'll do is just copy and paste that. Click there. Choose which one you want. I want this one. This one's hard, right? Open that bad boy up. Let it load. And then you have this option over here. You're just going to hit recreate. It's really that simple. So as you go to recreate at the bottom right hand corner, which is slightly to the left, but still in the right hand side, you're going to now go here, copy, paste that prompt in there. I'm not going to waste credits for y'all. I'm going to put my quality down and just put it at 5 seconds. Use cling, and I'm going to hit generate. It's really that simple. It took the image I want. Even if I wanted another image, I'm going to be so petty right now and show you exactly what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm going to go find an image. 1 second, find an image. Be like, okay, we got an image of Steve Jobs. Let's use the image of Steve Jobs, the book, right? You can't go wrong with Steve Jobs, right? So let's use Steve Jobs. Let that bad boy load, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to hit generate. 4 credits. Happy days. How many credits do I have left? I've got 79% credits left. Great, this one's in progress, and I'll catch you when we see the option. My point being, this is so easy. It's just like copy and paste. So a tutorial about how to go about generating stuff is mundane. You don't want to see that. You just want to understand how these things work. What's the best, what to choose, how to navigate the platform. That's what you genuinely care about. And of course, you're going to care about my commercials. You're going to want the prompts to my commercials. You're going to want to see a lot of the cinematic stuff that I do personally as the creative, and just emphasize with that as well, which I will be showing you. But I'll catch you in like, oh, it's already done. See my point? Watch this. Look, it's doing the exact same thing. They've already got the prompt there for you. Now it's up to you to use it. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. This one's also good. Let's see the Steve Jobs one. Since we've already seen this example, let's see how Steve Jobs work. Okay? It's Mr. Jobs himself. Now, let's go. Loading. I'm gonna pause and just wait. I don't want it to be a long thing about for no reason. Give me a sec. Okay, Steve Jobs has finally done loading. And we're using Kling. Bear in mind we're using Kling. He has your different options, right? Your video options. So let's click on this. Watch. You see my point? Looking out of the window. Fireworks happening. My book just released. Purchase it today on Amazon Prime. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so ideally we're going back all the way to the bottom. Where were we? We were about viral, right? Viral. You see my point? It's very straightforward to ideally understand. And if you don't want to issue go in, just hit generate. It'll take you straight there. So you see my point? Like I said, we got commercials, we got Minimax, we got C Dance Pro, then we got Sora 2 community, then we got 2.5 community, and then we just got more, okay? And then we got the footer, which is just giving you the same type of like things again, but a bit more in depth. Okay, thank you so much, really appreciate this. I'm going to see you in the third tutorial, is going over the navigational bars and which all of these basically entail. Please like, share the video, subscribe. If you subscribe, it really helps this channel so much. I really appreciate it. We are known for really appreciate it, and we can't wait to just keep dropping these videos consistently for you guys, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ernest Wells, The Mask, out. Peace out.